I think they did a great job in the spring. All four of those guys. We'll continue to put them in some situations, but ultimately, we'd love to make a decision sooner than later.
Is Shedeur Sanders your QB1? Shedeur Sanders, first day. Well, not first day. It was like third day. They've been there since Monday. Today's Wednesday, but the media has finally been there, and he went 3 for 8. Not his best day, not his greatest day. No interception, and Gabriel was the only touchdown on the day. That quarterback tracker is back and hot, but we're going to talk about the full day, right? Because it is, a combination of 11 on 11s and 7 on 7s and different things. And I believe these are mostly from team, actually, but we'll get deeper into the breakdown. But we're just going to start here with the training camp. Obviously, we saw a few snippets from the Cleveland Browns themselves. They released some footage, but this is the first time in training camp. They're not in pads yet. Not in pads just yet. They're still in shells, but this is the first time that we're seeing what Shedeur's looking like right now. So I got a nice little compilation. And what I want to do right here, focus on how he's looking, right? Focus on how he's feeling, right? How is he moving, right? What's the nomenclature? You know what I'm saying? That's a word that doesn't need to be used there. But what's really happening? How is he feeling? I think that's important to really assess. All right, I got to turn off. They got that copyrighted music there. Super smooth. Again, this is just, hey, we're just going through it. Hey, man, I'm thinking, I really feel like that flick at the top has been really good. The spirals are coming nice and tight. They go 8-4, looking clean there. A little duckish there. But I don't know who was that catching the ball. He probably was just trying to keep it soft for home, skilled the biscuit. Got the diamond choker on under center here. Little play action rolling to his left. Dinks it off. You know who. That's his main guy. Oh. Dang. Nice break up there. Okay. So tight windows. Ooh. Was that complete? I didn't even see it. It looked like a ball there. Okay. Nice. Some decent completions. That's a sack. That's a sack, son. And I do want to. We're gonna take some time with this in a little bit. There goes D Ford because Dylan Sampson's in 2-2. D Ford is oh no, it's not. That's Strong Jr. Who's that? I don't know who that is. Oh, he flicking stuff. Okay, hold up. He hit him with the. You know what I mean? Get it out of his hand. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I see some good and I see some concerns, but at the end of the day, right, this is a rookie doing some things. And here is probably the best throw from the rookie. Ooh. I mean, I think for as much as we can, and we're gonna go deeper into it, we're gonna go through hit all these videos, and I'm gonna come back to that main one, and we can really start breaking it down. But right, I think the thing with Shedeur is being able to pop, right? I think although, hey, 3 for 8, right? And here's the full quarterback tracker, right? 5 for 5 for Joe Flacco. He can get a lot of burn. 3 for 8 for Sanders. He threw the most balls, right? 6 for 7 for Pickett. 6 for 7 for Gabriel. Gabriel with the only touchdown. We're going to watch the touchdown. It was a bomb. It was a deep bomb. Homeskill, the biscuit was wide open. I think it was a Dover. I think it was a deep over. He just hit him. He just smacked him. The lefty put a laser on him. But I want to talk about this because this was, when we talk about maximizing opportunities, right? You want to be able, as a 5th round pick, to, even if you have a bad day, there needs to be some really good in that goodness, right? So what you see here is, wow. I like, this is the definition of only where the receiver can get. And you know what's funny? I showed y'all a similar pass like this with Tyler Shough. Actually, I don't know if that video went out. But basically, it was the sideline throw that Tyler Shough threw, and he just rifled that thing right over and right through a contested. And I was explaining that, look, this is an NFL throw, right? Like, there's going to be times in the NFL, believe it or not, where everybody's going to be covered, right? And you're going to have to make a play. You're going to either have to trust your wide receiver or trust your arm to make a good enough pass to put your wide receiver in a good spot. I just don't know. Sometimes it's like, it's a contested catch. This wasn't a contested catch. There's nothing contested about it. He was in his grizzlet. He was there, but it went right into his hands. Like he had magnets in him up. Hey, a nice 5-yard handoff. Whew. I mean, so although we did go 3 for 8, and we're gonna go look at some of those incompletions. Here's some more context, right? Context is always important, and I like that the people that are there give you a bit of context. So, obviously, same numbers there. It said Pickett took the first team reps, followed up by Gabriel, then Sanders. So Flacco got no reps. QB stats for day 1 of training camp. Okay, well, see, this is confusing to me. So if Pickett took the first team reps, then Gabriel, then Sanders, if Flacco got no reps, what is he 5 for 5? And that goes back to what I said. Like, what are these throws from? I guess they're not all from this period, right? But we're gonna go back and watch some of them again. Here he is in some individual drills. Look, see how the ball's popping out of his hand. Again, very, very small, very, very slight, right? He's not, I mean, oof. I want to see him get smoother here. Not that it doesn't look good, because his base is so good. He prioritizes a lot of making sure that when he throws, he has a great base. And I think you see that at the top of his drop sometimes, where I would like him to, and, this is just drills, right? He's just flinging that out there. But something positive that I do want to point out, because as I nitpick, is you see that whip that we've been talking about, right? If you've been watching the videos, right, in the training, I've been saying, hey, the thing that he's been doing best is generating torque from this top half, right? Bottom half is typically top tier, but this top half, right, he's able to really start getting some, that's a smooth little flick, right? I think he's been able to utilize that top half a lot better, so it's been great to see. But what is the head coach? Before we get into the rest of I'm about to get into some General Browns videos, about to get into Dillon Gabriel dropping a bomb. But what does the head coach feel about the quarterback competition right now?
Listen, I think the big thing for me is putting our guys in position where we can evaluate them. I think they did a great job in the spring, all 4 of those guys. We'll continue to put them in some situations, but ultimately we'd love to make a decision sooner than later.
Sooner rather than later. Sorry, I was parched. I was drinking a little bit of Sprite. Anyway, continuing forward. A few more videos for you. Some more silky smooth throws here. 1, 2. Oof. Hey, man, he puts that thing out there, man. He puts that thing out there. It's looking good. Velocity's looking beautiful. Right now, here he is again. I love seeing, again, not just throwing the ball, right? Not just dropping back, not just finding a wide receiver, but how does he look with the team, right? What's the body language like? How are his teammates reacting to him? How is he reacting to his teammates as well, right? So here he is going to get under center here. They get quick to the line. Right? And Miss Mary Kay, she's made, a big deal about pre-snap, right? And that's been making me like super hyper focused into it. So I do want to see what the demeanor is. Somebody who didn't do any, if somebody correct me, some Colorado fans, please correct me, 0 to basically 0 any under center work, right? And that's typical for some college football prospects, but rather do double shift here from the tight ends, or I guess tight end and H back there. Boom. You got somebody walk down, so then he's asked to check. So yeah, so that's what's happening right now. They're going through checks. So just as Mary Kay pointed out with pre-snap stuff, hey, let's get through it. Let's get to the check. Now, I didn't see if he called it. Wait. Let's hear. Can we hear it? No, there's no audio on it. But what I want to see is, did he motion them? Oh, I can't see because he's like right here. He gets here. I think I see. You see right here? I think I see. So if he did that, then okay, it does in fact look like he does that. And then when that happens, everybody shifts, right? So boom, he looks there. Boom, he shifts up. He's got to get back on the line, right? So it looks like first off the bat, he gets to the line, but he immediately does. I think the only thing I don't like about this, I'm not sure, is that a flag? No, I think the ref would have threw it. But let home skill the biscuits get set. Now everybody was set, so that's good. But hey, boom, let's let him get set. But he does do his job of going ahead and motioning his guys over. Now he's looking right. Now he's making sure everybody's set. All right, boom. Now he's got a linebacker walk up. He stands up. Somebody just filled the gap. I believe he's changing the protection. Boom, there we go. And he looks that boy be stanky legging it to the Hey, he said, you know what I mean? Like everybody's got their own like little flavor with handoffs, right? Aaron Rodgers kind of like gallops with it. You know what I'm saying? Like Shedeur hits that little, you know what I'm saying, that long slide. So I think you're gonna see that kind of progress. That's dope to see, man. It's dope to see. Here he is again, working under the center, because that's gonna be a big deal for him. That's gonna be a big adjustment for him, right? So want to see what that comfortability is like. Want to see what that feels like for him. Want to see how he involves with that. So, there's something to be said about the so-called small dude, Mr. Dillon Gabriel, right? There's been a lot said about what he can and what he can't do because of his height, but I don't think anybody's denied that he can't rip a ball. And I know that probably didn't look the greatest. I got multiple angles, big dog. Look, right here, boom. So it's gonna be a little play action, boot, look left. Now I will say, can we all agree that Dillon Gabriel's tiny? I mean, is his corn not getting creamed here? Wait. Actually, he got it off. No. Okay, he got it off. Yeah, he got it off. That's fair. All right, I try to discredit him. I can't discredit him. Boom, whips that thing, boy. Comes out and he is. I mean, did anybody cover him? But in all seriousness, a great ball by Dillon Gabriel. Look, we know him to do that, right? So when we speak about taking advantage of opportunities, right? We got to make sure, Shedeur, that these darts, they're cool, they're great, they're cute, they're phenomenal, they're gonna add up and make positive things happen. However, when Dillon Gabriel is doing stuff like this, looking very smooth, getting through his drop, hitting that wide open receiver, showing off that arm talent. A lot of people were calling that the best throw of the day at training camp, which, I mean, I don't know how you argue with that. I don't know how you argue with it. A little extra work that we're getting into, again, just warming up, feeling good. So I think after all is said and done, actually, I didn't want to say it. I think we got to listen to some quote-unquote Shedeur haters. What did they feel about the day one of Browns camp? And then we're going to wrap it up with some of my takes.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Tony Grossi here with your Cleveland Browns
He's only in one
camp
ear.
report presented by Maloney and Novotny. It's opening day here in Berea, the first day.
I'm speeding through it, Tony.
Only 45 minutes on the field. We saw a little bit modifications in the use of the quarterbacks. There was only one period where they had two fields going. With the two veterans on one field, the two rookies on another. Then they had kind of a modified 11-on-11 where each quarterback got 5 reps. And then at the end of practice, there was really a truer 11-on-11 period where Joe Flacco did not participate in. So here are the numbers everyone's waiting for, the quarterback tracker for day one. Kenny Pickett was 6 for 7 overall. Joe Flacco, 5 for 5. That was in that first period only. Dillon Gabriel, 6 for 7 with the only touchdown of the day thrown to Gage Lavardine.
He is so happy. He's so happy.
Shedeur Sanders was 3 for 8. Now, tomorrow will probably be a little longer practice as they ramp up. Today missing was David Njoku, who's out for personal reasons. Yeah. Jordan Hicks, also personal reasons. And Jerome Ford, who is a little nicked up apparently from the conditioning period yesterday, was not on the field today. They'll return tomorrow. First day for fans is Friday, and the first day in pads will be next Wednesday. So that's it from day one. Wow. Browns training camp.
So I completely forgot it took us that while to get the pads on. So no real pads until next Wednesday. But let's talk about it, man. We got to talk about these numbers. I sat here and I grilled Jackson Dart for his pick 6. And I think Tony Grossi for as much as you want to say negatively or positively, appreciate him for being boots on the ground at least and giving us the reality seemingly of what's happening, right? We have to respect that at least, right? And you know what I'm saying? We ask for context, right? And the only reason why I say I want to ask for context because I remember when Sanders, because every single time he's been the best. This is the first time he isn't the best completion percentage or touchdown total wise. Am I wrong? Since OTA, since rookie OTA. So fair. Every day is not going to be great. Didn't put the ball in anybody else's hands, and you made a decent throw. But hey, we can't look at 3 for 8 and say this is a great day at the office, right? We have to look at this and say, okay, How do we take more steps? Right now, I maybe, and again, this is where the context comes in, because again, when he was doing good, y'all asked, well, he didn't get any reps against second or first team or whatever. Was this against second team? Was this against third team? If you start seeing people, Sanders was bad in the training camp. If you start seeing that, because this is the same thing, right? They're not in pads, right? The same thing. So we have to assume either it's better competition, or maybe he just had a bad day, right? And either one of those is good. Nothing to be worried about. Joe Flacco didn't even get to throw in another thing. So these could be just completely different scenarios. It could be, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different just drill stuff, right? You know, did not Joe Flacco, did Sanders even get a chance to do the same thing that Gabriel did, right? That big play, right? So a lot of context to be talked about and to be discerned about. But I think all in all, day 2, right? Day 2, day 3 of training camp was productive for Shedeur. So I want to see it continue. I want to see it grow. You know what I'm saying? He's done a lot of great work, and I'm seeing a lot of positives there. But just because the stats don't say anything, I think even, again, if he had a good day today, what they would say is, hey, look, the pads aren't on. This isn't real football. So that's what I'm going to say. The pads aren't on. This isn't real football. It is what it is. But you let me know how you feel down below in the comments. Like this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe if you like football content in all shapes, sizes, forms, and fashions. Is Shedeur Sanders your QB1? He's the people's QB1. That's what I know. Let me know. Answer that. Do all that. That he should tell bell icon. You're great. Continue to be great. Be phenomenal. Was the next time, bad.